receiving.
Okay. So today, beta, I did not upload any of the tests because we can have the multiple questions right now, and you can answer me, okay? And tomorrow you just come out with the problems that you are having in the chapters, right? If you have any problem. Otherwise, today and tomorrow we are going to revise the chapters, listen to the questions very carefully, and then answer them. Clear? 50 questions will
Yes,
be
ma'am.
there in the quarterlies.
Yes, ma'am.
How many questions you are going to get? 50 questions. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So should I begin with some of the questions?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So we are not afraid to die if we can all be together. Okay?
Yes.
The very first question. The narrator, along with his wife, son, and daughter, set sail from Plymouth.
Plymouth, England.
Okay,
Plymouth,
let
England.
me speak
Plymouth,
all the
England.
options. Let everyone listen.
Yes, ma'am.
Each and every student must listen to the options and then to the right answer. Let them listen. Don't be overexcited to answer. So the narrator, along with his wife, son, and daughter, set sail from the following places: Plymouth, okay, then Cape Town, then London, and then India. Now you answer me the correct one. Tell me the correct one.
Plymouth.
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 What was the name of
Plymouth.
the ship in which the narrator set sail to duplicate? Very easy question.
Waywalker. Waywalker.
Again,
Ma'am,
you did
Waywalker.
not let me speak the options. You're not able to understand better what I say. What did I say right now? Let others listen to the options. बहुत सारे बच्चे होंगे इनमें जिनको नहीं आ रहे होंगे आंसर्स, तो पहले ऑप्शंस बोलने दीजिए, उसके बाद आंसर बोलिए तो उनको कुछ समझ में आएगा. INS Vikram, INS Vikrant, Waywalker, या none of these?
Waywalker.
Waywalker.
Walker.
Who were Larry Vigil and Herb Sizzler? They were passengers, they were ministers, okay, or they were crewmen.
Crewman.
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 Mayday calls are A option, international radio distress signals, sea waves, movie songs, or air signals.
International radio
नहीं होते हैं, वो क्या होते हैं? International radio distress signals, sea waves, movie songs, or air signals. What are
Ma'am,
those?
A.
A1, international radio distress.
International radio.
The message of the lesson: we are not afraid to die together. Okay. Message क्या देता है this lesson? First one, not to do any adventures. Second one, teamwork wins any crisis. Okay. To live always in a comfortable zone. Getting it? My options, message of the lesson: we are not
Yes,
afraid
ma'am.
to die.
Teamwork.
Not
Ma'am,
to do
teamwork.
any adventures.
Teamwork.
Ma'am,
Teamwork
teamwork.
Teamwork.
wins any crisis.
Crisis.
Good. Jonathan and Susan are crewmen, passengers, narrator's niece and nephew or narrator's children?
Narrator's children.
Narrator's children.
Where did, now listen to it carefully, where did they celebrate Christmas? East of Cape Town, west of Cape Town, northwest of Cape Town?
East of Cape Town.
Yes, right.
East of Cape Town.
East of Cape Town.
Good. Captain James Cook, whom the narrator wanted to duplicate the round the world voyage made 200 years earlier, was a famous businessman, a famous leader, a famous minister, or a famous explorer?
Famous explorer.
Famous explorer.
LA Amsterdam, where the narrator landed his boat, had 27 inhabitants, 28 inhabitants, 29 inhabitants, or 30 inhabitants?
28
inhabitants.
28 inhabitants.
28, yes, inhabitants.
inhabitants.
Who is the writer of the lesson We Are Not Afraid to Die? James Cook, Gordon Cook, Shaw, or Gordon Cook and Alan East?
Gordon Cook and Alan East.
You got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Wait, just wait for 1 minute. Yes, beta. Why was King Tut also known as the Boy King? Okay. King Tut was very childish. Second option, he was only 9 years old when he became the ruler of Egypt. Third option, King Tut had many sons. And fourth one, he adopted all the orphan boys.
MB.
He was 9 years
Okay,
old.
remember it.
He was 9
King
years.
Tut was also known as the Boy King because he was only 9 years old when he sat on the throne, when he became the king. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
King Tut was. Okay. King Tut was. See, now dash is there and 4 options are there. King Tut was dash in order to preserve his body for almost 3,000 years. King Tut was dash in order to preserve his body for almost 3,000 years. First option, buried in 3 coffins. Second option, frozen. Third option, mummified. And fourth option, covered in treasure.
Covered
Covered in treasure.
Covered in treasure.
That is wrong.
Mummified.
That is wrong.
Mummified.
Okay. First, see, buried in 3 coffins. Second one, frozen. Third one is mummified is the correct answers. Okay, correct answer is mummified. King Tut was
Yes, ma'am.
mummified in order to. Clear? He was mummified in order to preserve his body for almost 3,000 years. जब भी the body preserve हुई because the body was mummified, बेटा. समझ में आया? ये नहीं पूछा कि
Yes,
in how
ma'am.
many coffins King Tut was buried. Yeah, he was covered with what? ये नहीं पूछा गया. Okay? How was he preserved? Because his body was mummified. Why is King Tut the most famous Egyptian pharaoh? Why is King Tut the most famous Egyptian pharaoh? First one, he is the most famous because he changed the Egyptian religion to worship only one god. Second one, King Tut is the most famous because he became king at the age of 9. Third one, King Tut is the most famous pharaoh because he won many great battles and wars. And the last one, King Tut became the most famous pharaoh because his tomb and mummified body was discovered untouched by archaeologists. What will be the answer?
Because he become the king in 9 years. 9 years.
MD.
What
MD.
is the D one? Yes. Which is the D one? See, I'll repeat the options. Why is King Tut the most famous Egyptian pharaoh? First one, he is the most famous because he changed the Egyptian religion to worship only one god. Second one, King Tut is the most famous because he became king at the age of 9. Third one, King Tut is the most famous pharaoh because he won many great battles and wars. And third one, King Tut became the most famous pharaoh because his tomb and mummified body was discovered untouched by archaeologists.
Ma'am, for
MD. His
because his
body
tomb
was
and his
mummified.
body was
The
discovered
last one,
untouched.
yes. He became most famous because his tomb and mummified body, it was discovered and untouched by archaeologists. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
1 minute, but I'm taking out more questions. Okay. How old was King Tut when he died? 9 years, 12 years, 15 years, or 19 years?
19 years.
19 years.
19 years.
19 years.
19 years.
19 years.
Who discovered King Tut's tomb? Zahi Hawass, Howard Carter, James Brookland, or Hilary Johnson?
Ma'am, Howard Carter.
Howard
Howard
Carter.
Carter.
Howard
Ali
Carter.
Chaudhary, just mute the speakers. Howard Carter. Okay. King Tut was buried in which season? Winter, summers, autumn, or spring?
Ma'am, Winters.
Winters. Are you sure?
No, ma'am, sorry.
Then
Summer.
I'm a spring.
spring season. I told you, no, the
Yes, ma'am.
flowers and everything that was lying on the
Yes, yes, ma'am.
coffin boxes that indicated that he was buried somewhere in the month of March or April. In the spring season he was buried. Okay. Now, who
Yes,
was
ma'am.
Howard Carter? The man who founded the search for the tomb. Then the archaeologist who discovered the tomb of Tutankhamun. Then the first man who died after entering the tomb. And the last one, the President of the United States. Who
Ma'am,
was
option
he?
B. The archaeologist who
the
discovered the tomb and
Yes,
the
very
mummy of
good. It is the
Tutankhamun.
B1, the archaeologist. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't understand why they keep on the speakers. Abhijit, mute the speaker. Which of the following is true about the curse of the tomb of King Tut? Everyone who entered the tomb died within the next 5 years. Okay. Howard Carter died within 3 months of first entering the tomb. 7 major earthquakes occurred around the world when Carter first entered. Yeah, none of the above.
None of the above.
C.
None of the
None of the
above.
above.
None of the
None of the above. Okay. Wait, let me take out some more questions. Just wait. And whatever questions I'm speaking, listen to them very carefully. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Who is generally accepted as Tutankhamun's father? Listen to it. Okay. Who is generally accepted as Tutankhamun's father? Listen to it. Amenhotep III, Amenhotep II, Akhenaten, or none of the above?
Ma'am, none of the above.
None of the? Yes. Who is generally considered or accepted as his father? Amenhotep III, Amenhotep IV, Akhenaten,
Ma'am,
or none
Amenhotep
of the
3.
above?
Ma'am, I am
Ma'am,
at of
Divyansh,
3.
which
Ma'am,
one?
but it is not confirmed that it
Ma'am,
is for,
Amenhotep
Yes,
3.
it is not confirmed. So none
His
of
father
the,
or grandfather?
above.
yes,
None of
yes,
the
yes.
above.
They were grandfathers, right? When did Howard Carter discovered his tomb? 1920, 1921, 1922, and 1923.
Ma'am,
1922.
1922.
Ma'am, 1922.
1922. Do you know who was the first person to die after discovering his tomb? Can you guess? Any one of you? Can you guess, beta?
Ma'am, Zahil Hawkwas, Secretary
No,
General of Egypt Supreme Court.
no, he was not the first one to die. Before it, Howard Carter had already discovered the tomb. So it is said he was the first one to die. Okay. Now I'll come to the poems. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, our eco test is there.
Is it time? Okay, fine. It is time. So tomorrow again, I'll
Yes.
just continue,
Yes, ma'am.
right?
Okay,
Tomorrow
ma'am.
I'm going to
Yes,
ma'am.
continue with the revision